Hey guys, it's Dandin from the Bristol Bay server. How are you guys doing today? I'm posting this video in response to a video I saw on the forums made by Visor. Now, Visor posted a valid tactic that is respectable, however he made a false claim, and I'm here to correct that. So, this claim that he made was that this is very much the best XP that a Enchanter can get. However, he didn't flush out the tactic enough, and he made a couple errors that I'm here to point out right now. Now, it might seem like a big deal, it might seem like, oh, you know, Dandin's just doing this just because or whatever, but being an Enchanter is all about detail and having that attention to detail. And basically, I've already got this all set up here, but I'll kind of explain how it works. First off, I'm going to go over my spells here while I keep these asleep. So my spell lineup is Tash, Charm, Root, Phantasmal Unity, Compliant Lurch, Wondrous Rapidity, a Nuke, Echo of Temptation, Chaotic Confusion, Perilous Disorientation, and Stare and Mana Recursion. Now, as you can see, these pets have taken a little bit of damage. I've been doing this for a while. I just thought, hey, you know, I'm power leveling my druid. I might as well make a quick video about it and then get everybody off my back. I'm not going to show experience returns here because I feel that's kind of ridiculous, because why? I also don't have less than the devoted up right now, so I can't really do that. And I don't feel that posting a half-an-hour video is absolutely necessary. So I'll go ahead and kind of show you guys how I set up. Basically what you do is you lead off with Stare, and you mez everything around the target there. As you can see, you can just drop it, and then it'll land, it'll hit both of them. You don't have to be that exact with it. You can kind of set stuff like over here or over here somewhere, it'll still land. So then what you do is you cast Compliant Lurch. And Compliant Lurch causes a mob to literally be leashed to you. You can run around like this for forever and a day until Lurch fades, and he'll stay with you. He'll hang out. He's like, oh, where are we going, bro? Where are we going? So basically you lurch the two really close together, you apply Root, and you keep them all good. I use the extended target window for targeting, so for me it's not a big deal if they're really, really close. However, you might want to space them out a little bit more just to kind of keep everything good, so like something like that. Just as long as they're within melee range of each other, like so they can both be hitting a target. One of the reasons I like this area, I like City of Bronze, is there's lots of dual wielding mobs around it. And in the new expansion and even in Reign of Fear, it's not that common to see. So having that being said, it's kind of a pain in the neck for finding a good spot. Plane of Shadow is nice, although they don't dual wield, although you can still give them one weapon for proccing, which I noticed he didn't do. Basically, anything you can do to improve your your pet killer DPS is what you want to do. So you want these things to die fast, because the more of these pet killers you have under your wing, the more roots are going to break, the more setting up and kind of handling things you're going to have to deal with. However, it's well worth the payoff, because I don't sit here and click sit. As you can see on the bottom of my screen here in the bottom left, these are my 0 to 10 keys. So I just sit here and hit the number 2 over and over and over. And he dies real fast.
Charm break.
So you can pretty much just have it like that and absorb that damage through your runes, punt them backwards, or you can just mez it right off the shot, whatever you're comfortable with. I kind of do a little bit of whatever I feel comfortable with. So there's one mob already, and I'm just kind of showing the tactic. I'm not really here for XP. As you can see, my druid is offline. Now, I get the fact that when you're here, you're not going to have extended target. You're not going to have buff window or whatever. But you know what? It's not that hard to get. You know, ask a couple people that are sitting AFK in the lobby if two people can sit AFK in your group. I mean, they're sitting there just getting buffs anyways. You've got boxes, load them up, you know, get that buff window here just so you can watch and look. Um, Setting up audio triggers is also really handy for this, as you can literally control this just by sitting here and listening. I can do this without a monitor, but
Charm
I'm
break.
not going to because I don't feel the need to. Basically, just literally sit here and feed this. In City of Bronze, it's nice because these guys will sit literally path right up to you, and it's like, oh hey, thanks for coming. You know, you want to go play with my two friends over there? And they will deal with it. Now, one thing that Visor mentioned in his video is that you should try and find mobs that don't summon. But I will show you here next pull if I can find one that summons. I know the guards do. That it's not that hard to deal with, and it doesn't really set you back, although it does kind of put a little bit of a damper on your kill speed there. So basically, same tactic. Let everything
Charm break.
beat the living crap out of your pet, and just keep going. I mean, keep your runes up, keep everything, you know, under control. Refresh your runes after every kill. That's pretty much the only thing I'm spending mana on right now. And in terms of mana regen, there's lots and lots of ways for Enchanter to regain. Where's that guard? There's one that spawns over here somewhere. Where'd you go, buddy? So while I look for him here, we will discuss a couple things.
Mono recursion faded.
In terms of how Charm works, Charm has a charisma check and a magic resist check. So you want to have your worn charisma as high as possible, but heroic charisma does not factor into this at all. Now, it's not something that you need to worry about so much at the higher levels, or, you know, pretty much 80 plus. You're going to have a good high charisma count. You're going to have everything that you need from your gear. Even Defiant gear will do it. But if you're just, you know, new at this, you're just starting out with Visor's method there, you want to keep that up. One thing I'm doing right now that I'm not going to recommend is I'm not tashing, but these things die so fast. Oh, a little fast on that. Basically, these things die so fast that the charm breaking thing isn't really much of an issue. However, if you're just starting out at this, you're not really familiar with how it works, I would suggest, you know, keeping that tash on, keeping that magic resist real low. But if you're gonna tash, please, 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 for the love of God, use our spell tash. The tash stick that he recommended is just, I don't understand why you would recommend using a lesser version of tash when you have a version of it already. Oh, shit. I was here gonna show you guys how to deal with a summon mob, and I was too busy talking and I let it die. So pretty much here, since we'll get a chance to demonstrate this anyways. In the event that one of your pets breaks free and you're not charming, just recharm it, send it at Buddy there, and let them kill each other for a minute. Target the one that Root broke on, and then you can do something like this.
Charm break.
Okay, now he's rooted in place. He's not in the right position right now, but that's okay, because that's going to change here in a minute. Why am I having such bad root fades? That's pretty brutal. It's because I'm recording, obviously. Okay, so while I get this guy back in position, which is going to happen when you have more than one, basically use Companion's Relocation. As you can see, he's literally going the direction that I face, in that exact direction. So, now he's back in position.
Charm break.
Break charm. And I think it has something to do with Tash fading. Yeah, I've been here for a while. So Tash is fading. I'm just going to refresh that. That'll help. Actually, I'm low health, so I'll get a chance to show you a cool little hotkey. People all the time say Chanters can't heal themselves, and this is so not true. There's something called the Sanguine Mind Crystal, another nice AA to have. Heals you for 4,000 hit points, as you can see. So using this hotkey, I'll pull this up and leave it on the screen. You literally can heal yourself. just by spamming it. And it'll heal you from whatever to full. And then this guy wants to play, so we'll do this. He stunned me. Okay, so Beam of Slumber is a nice fast way to get everything back under control again. And you can, use this tactic, punt to get him back into position. But there's one thing I'll touch on here in a minute once I'm done healing myself. So again, there's that heal key there for you. It's all nice. It's all set up the way you want it to. You just heal yourself. It's not very mana efficient. As you can see, my mana's just chugging down. But not the end of the world, right? Because as enchanters, we have lots of different ways. You got your robe. You got second spire. You got mana draw. So I'll hit mana draw here because it's up. So Mez is definitely a good way to refresh yourself and get everything under control. Root's gonna break quite frequently, but there's another one. There's an AA called Grasping Roots or something like that that'll help with this. So basically, just mez your pets, charm them, push them back into position the same way, and go get your next pull, which is right here, and play with them. I mean, like, this tactic takes practice. Having one pet is lovely and it's great and all, but I mean, you get faster kills with two, especially if they're dual wielding. So, just wanted a couple pointers here. Get yourself in a group. Get yourself, they're not in the same zone as you. Like Anion here and Dufleck, who's my druid, are not in the same zone. So I'm still netting solo XP. I'm still getting everything that I need, but I'm not sacrificing this window here. So just with that in mind, the more prepared you are as a chanter, the better off you're going to be. I mean, it's just how it works. Just kind of understand your situation, understand how to deal with certain things. Use this guide as an example on how to deal with things when they go wrong with your tactic, because with the video that was before, he only had one pet, so chaining Root on it and chaining Sit was a pretty good, solid way of making sure there are no errors. But if you want to pay a little bit more of a price, you want to pay a little bit more attention to the tactic, you want to get a little bit more of a return out of it, it's very, very possible to do it. It just takes a little bit more effort. So just using that, keeping that in mind, just work with the tactic, try it out, see where you're comfortable, see where you're not. What areas are you guys struggling with? I mean, what is it that you find difficult about charming? What is it that scares you? How is it that you feel that charming as a whole works? I mean, is there anything that we, as enchanters that have done this for a while, like, what can we make videos on for
Charm
you?
break.
What can we explain for you? I mean, it's all about experience and playing it out. I mean, I'll be honest, when I first started doing this tactic, I died and died and died and died. I like over and over and over, but I refused to let it get the best of me because I needed a valid way to solo, because let's face it, mercs are terrible and groups can be hard to find sometimes. So this way kind of allowed me to find a solid way to get XP outside of this. But I mean, there are other ways to charm solo. There are another couple other tactics. We can make videos on those also, but like I said, I didn't want to make a half-an-hour video, so I'm kind of pretty much going to do this last pull here and end it off. See? Look, Visor. Oh, look, Tash and Charm landed before max spell range for the win. Couple things that I've had channers ask me about all the time. Self buffs and stuff. I do plan on making a self buff video when I get back from my holiday. I'm kind of sitting here in the airport right now. I'm making this video. People are kind of looking at me a little bit weird. It's okay. But when I get back, I will do an in-depth guide on how to self buff yourself, how to get the maximum effectiveness from your runes and rune stacking. And pretty much just keeping everything under control. Being a chanter is about understanding how every little thing can affect you, because it doesn't take much for
Charm
shit
break.
to go to hell. Like, ever. It doesn't take much at all for you to end up dead. And a dead chanter is a useless chanter. So, with that, I'm gonna loot up and probably get ready to get on my plane here. So, that being said, I hope you guys have a good holiday and everything was all safe and whatnot, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.